Hi everyone, it's Dasher Dave here again, and I'm back for another crafty video. So, first of all, please just bear with me. I have a migraine and it's all getting a bit much at the minute, but I wanted to get on and get this video done, otherwise you won't have a Wednesday video. So, today I'm going to make a journal using an envelope. So this is just an A4 envelope. So an A4 is just the standard size of envelope that we have in the UK. It's called an A4 is because it fits an A4 sheet of paper. This is an A4 sheet of paper. It fits a sheet of paper like this. So it's just the same as having, a letter envelope, US letter size paper. The envelopes will be bigger to accommodate the size of the paper. And all I've done is I've folded it in half, but not quite. So I've left like this. So this is where the envelope folds to. And if you see here, I've left like a ½ inch sort of gap. So it's a little bit over ½ inch. Yeah, so it's about ½ inch gap between where the thing folds over. And then I've put in another crease just a bit further over. So this is where it folded, and then I've put another crease in, and that's to give it just kind of a box fold on here. And that's because when we put things in here, it's going to gape a little bit. It's to allow for the gape, not worrying about on this side at all. Okay. So this side is just going to be the front cover, and this is going to be an envelope. Okay. And I've decided I'm going to put in a notebook. Okay. So what I've done is I've got some paper here, and I've started it because I've started this video a few times now, and because I've got a migraine, I've been getting a bit upset by things not going right. So what I've done is I've got 5 sheets of paper here. I'm just going to make like a notebook that I'm going to put in here in some way. I don't know whether I want it. I don't know how I'm going to have it. I might have it so it folds out, or have it in the middle. No, I'm going to have it so it folds out. Yeah, so I saw this on a couple of people doing a very similar thing. I don't know where the idea came from, but I'm doing something that's similar. So what I'm making a 5-hole pamphlet stitch on this. Okay, so what that means is I've put a hole in the middle. I put a hole at the top. Okay, about 1 inch away from the top, and a hole in the bottom about 1 inch away from the bottom, and then a hole equidistant between those 2 holes, top and bottom. Okay, so that's what I've done. I've already done that, and that was on a previous video that and then everything started to go wrong. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some. Now I can't find my wax thread. I've tried, ransacked the building trying to find it. I can't find it. So what I'm doing is I'm using some string that I've waxed. So this is a wax block. What you do is you just thread your twine or whatever it is through it, and you're waxing it. Now the whole idea of waxing thread is it just means that it has a bit more rigidity to it. It kind of holds its own a bit more, and also it means that it doesn't tangle as much. Okay, so now I need to find, there you go, my needle. I'm going to thread this, hopefully this will go through here. I cannot find my wax thread for the life of me, so I'm hoping that this will do the trick. I might just have to cut that end off. So, and I'm going to show you a 5-hole pamphlet stitch. So you're just going to thread it through, and then all I've done is I measured it out so that it was a little bit bigger than 3 times the height. Okay, so we're going to go out through the middle bit. I'm going to pull it through, and because this is just string, it's going to be quite difficult to get it through the hole, but it will go through. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold on to this end. Now instead of me having to hold on to it, I'm just going to use a peg to do that for me, so I can have my hands in different places. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to come back in through the next one. Yeah, and then we're going to go back out through the top. make sure that you don't get all of the bits tangled. Yeah. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come back in on that same one. What you don't want to do is you just want to make sure that you're not going to splice your thread. So you're not going to put the needle between your thread. It's going to go to one side of it, and you're going to pull that through and pull that taut. Then you're going to skip the middle this time, and you're going to go out through the next hole and pull it all the way through. Yeah, and then you're going to come in through the top hole. Yep, and you're going to go out through the next hole, again making sure that you're being careful not to splice your thread out through that hole. Yeah, so we're making this for Margot, so this is the reason why I've got the green and white cotton string, because it's kind of like utilitarian look. So we're going to pull up through here, and this time what we want to make sure is that the tail that we left is on one side of this middle piece, and the piece that we pull through is on the other. We want to make sure that that is tight, but you don't want to pull it too tight so that it curls up or so that it rips the holes. Okay, so we're going to pull it tight to make sure that it's taut, and that just stops the pages from sagging. Okay, I'm going to cut off any excess, and then we're just going to tie it over the top of that one way, and then we're going to tie it the other way, and that just locks that in. And well, shall I put a bow in it? I'm not very good at tying bows, but I'll give it a go. There we go. So we've got a bow in the middle. Okay, so that's it. So that's our little booklet. Okay, now what we just need to do is we just need to trim it down. So this was scraps of paper, so they don't necessarily always line up. So I'm not worried about the top and bottom bit lining up. I just want the sides to line up. So I might just take a bit off this end. So just to kind of get it nice, looking nice. Blade here. Okay, so take all those pieces off. So this is kind of a fusion of lots of people's different ideas and things that I've made in the past. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this in here. I'll make sure that that's in the fold. So that's the fold there. It's really hard to see. And we're going to have that on here, and we're going to glue that in. And I thought we might bring this back. I haven't seen this for a while, have we? So this is stuff that Christina Hall sent me a long time ago, and it's still going. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this to glue this in here. So I'm going to tear off the straight edges at either side, so that it's kind of so we're kind of following the design a little bit, not perfectly, but to give it a bit more of a random junk journal-y feel. Probably don't need it this long, but anyway, so that bit's torn off, and do the same on this side, just so that it's not got a straight edge. We're kind of, like I say, just following the design roughly, and not perfectly in any way. This is the ideal opportunity if you're doing a junk journal with me. You can be really junky about it. So get those pieces out of the way. So that's what we've got, and we're going to use that to glue that in there. Okay, so I'm going to keep that straight edge at the top, just to kind of help me glue it, I think. Shall I? I want the... No, yes, no, yeah, no, yeah, no. No, I'm going to use that end. I'll have it about there. And then what I'll do is I'll cut off any excess in a moment. But what I first of all want to do is I want to ink this down, because it's a little bit too looking, I did put all of my things in one. I know this Asian shouldn't put your eggs in one basket, but I put all of my daubers in one basket. So go for, well, let's use vintage photo. Some vintage photo, and just want to catch those edges just with this. Not going to see the underside, so no need for that. I might put a little bit on the surface though. Yeah, just to kind of get rid of that stark bright whiteness, especially because this is coffee dyed envelope and coffee dyed paper, or coffee stroke tea dyed. I did have a glass of water and no idea where to put that. Sorry, trying to stay hydrated because I have a migraine. So I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to glue it down with this. Right, so in order to do that, I'm going to use some, what shall I use? I'll use some art glitter glue. Okay, so I'm just going to glue this. And then what I'll do is I'll spread it out a bit. So this doesn't have the fine tip on it because the fine tip is in hospital. No, it's being I'm trying to tacky it. It's kind of gummed up at the minute. Oh, blimey, Dave. I need to find a piece of paper that you can. A scrap would be nice, but that'll do. I'll use this and then just spread this out. I did have a spreader at one point. I don't have it now, do I? No. Why would that be the case? Trying to... today, honestly. Let's just use my finger then. It's because I've got a migraine and things just don't go right when that happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to actually flip it over. Right down like this. I'll put this on this edge so that it sticks on. Yep. And then we're going to use this on this edge. Actually do it the other way up. Put this on here. Like that. Yep. And then we're going to fold that in, and that's going to be our hinge for it. Okay, so I'm going to snip off what I don't need. And then just tear it, because I like that torn look. If you don't, then don't, but if you do, then do. And the same on there, just pull that bit off. There we go, cool. A gluey bit. Move that way. So that's going to be there. Okay. And I might need to put something on this edge, which I probably will do. I might actually use a bit of washi tape maybe. I've got this nice, is this too nice for here? Not really going to see much of it, but I could stick that on there, couldn't I? Yeah, let's do that. So, because washi tape is notorious for not sticking to anything, not even itself, I'm just going to use some 3-in-1 to give it a bit more adhesion. Well, they would if the stuff came out, but there you go. So I'm going to put this all the way down just to give it a bit more adhesion, like I say, because of it being washi tape, not being very sticky. Thank you, Brian. Brian's just brought me a cup of tea. Brian's here, we're having a meal together. He has to put up with me when I'm not feeling great, so I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to cut that off so it doesn't overhang the book part. Same on that side. Yep, and then we're going to fold that over and put this over this bit. So I know that nice pamphlet stitch you're not going to see now, but you will do on the inside of it. So there you go. So that's your that's one side of it. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the glue off my fingers. I'm going to use, and I might use some more of that. I'm going to put some, I've got various bits of paper here, but I've got some envelopes, I think, somewhere here. Yep. Should have a variety of envelopes. I do. Might be a bit big. Okay, so that's those. So I'm going to have a variety of envelopes. I might have. I love these kind of envelopes. Can't get these in the UK. Do I want to have that in there? It's a bit big. It's a bit big, so maybe not. I have this. These again, not something we have in the UK. Our postcodes are bigger than this, so but lovely nevertheless. So yeah, I'm going to use some more of this and just do the same again. Just tear it down. I just like that more torn look, or random. I mean, you could use anything really. You could use book pages or bits out of magazines or whatever. Because if we're going for a junk journal, I like mine to be junky. Like mine to look like you've made it from whatever you had, rather than stuff that you wanted. Now you're not going to see all of this. Let's just ink this down. Move that out of the way, otherwise it'll just be in the way all the time. Let's just ink over the surface first. And then ink the edges. So this is Sunday that I'm recording this. So Sunday, the same Sunday as when I started recording the Monday one. Oh, you see, I've made a mess of that now. This is how I'll get when I've got a migraine. Is I get a bit cross with myself and overly what's the word? Critical, self-critical, and not just in my craft, in who I am as a person and all that. So I'm a bit stressed as well, so I don't think that helps. A bit stressed about work. Work's very challenging at the minute. We've got some things going on that's difficult. We've got lots of work that needs to be done on the building that we don't have any money to do, and being a charity, etc. But also I'm a bit stressed about going to my mum's thing. As much as I'm looking forward to going to my mum's 90th, a bit stressed about some elements of it, mainly seeing my eldest sister, who really does not like me. Don't know why she doesn't like me. The only things really I could tell you is, I'm gay. I'm not rich like her. I'm, basically a failure in her eyes. Didn't achieve the things that she's achieved, and although I've got a degree, she doesn't have a degree. But I haven't, I haven't become the self-made person that she is, and I guess being gay as well doesn't help. And then the marriage that I did have with my husband ended when he did some very terrible things, and served time, and I ended the marriage when I found out all of this. So, but in her eyes, that divorce isn't a thing, and I should have stayed with this horrible man. So, but yeah, so there's lots. I guess there's lots of reasons why I'm not good enough, and just does not like me. And she insists. She's the only person that insists on calling me David, even though I have to call her husband Willis, although his name is Clive, because he doesn't like his name Clive, and he was always called Willis as a nickname, and so in my eyes it's the same thing. I just want to be called Dave. It's not even a nickname that I want to be called, because I just don't like David. So even my mum respects that and doesn't call me David. So, but I guess it's a manipulation thing, isn't it? If you do such things. And then it just stresses me out. Because I do my very best, my darndest every time to be nice and get on with her, and it doesn't matter what I do. I think that she also sees that as a weakness, as the fact that I'm nice. So I really don't know what I can do to mend or repair the relationship. I tried, and I can't. It's quite breaking, really, because I'm concerned that I won't see her again after my mum. When my mum passes away, not if. I mean, she's bound to, but and that's sad. So pop that envelope in there. I think I am going to put that envelope in, even if I have to cut it down. I think I just want a bigger envelope here. Will it go in? Oh, it's all right. It's close to the edge. It's not on the edge. Having a moment now, thinking, have I started this video? I did. That's fine. So I'm going to use this, and I think I'm going to put the hinge. How am I going to hinge this? Yeah, I'm going to hinge it there. I'm not going to put it on this side. I'm going to put it on this side, I think. Or I might put it on both sides, I don't know. Shall I use this, or shall I use something different? Let me just see if I've got another one over here. So these are wallpaper. These are wallpaper freezes, borders, and okay, they come apart. I think I'm going to use this one, or shall I use some of that? No, I'm going to use this one. And again, kind of do that tearing out thing. So they all came from, I think they all came from, don't quote me, but Christina definitely sent me that one. I think she sent me this one as well. They're Laura Ashley ones. Of course, Laura Ashley in the UK doesn't exist. I think it's a franchise of something now. think one of the other big brands owns it. I think it might be Next in the UK that owns Laura Ashley now. But it used to be a standalone place. You used to go and buy all your florally things, and it was a lovely place to go and wander around, but I never could afford anything in there. So yeah, that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use that on here. Yep, I might just tear that down now because it's not hugely too big. And then, so if you have any ideas, any tips for repairing relationships with siblings that have never liked you, you know, like my mum says, well, you know, you two don't get on, do you? So like, and you know, it's not just me that doesn't get on with her, but like, but it doesn't matter how nice I am to her, she's just not very nice to me. So I'm a bit stressed about it. So I'm a bit stressed about being in her environment, and I know she can be very controlling of me, and I'm hoping that the people I'm going with, so Brian and Vic, will be in my corner, because she's very good at winning people over into being unkind towards me as well, so, and mocking me and that sort of thing. So it's a little bit stressful, so I think that's another reason why I've started to get a bit of a migraine. Yes, I'm going to put that in there, and that's what I'm going to glue this down with. So again, I'm going to have really dirty fingers. I'm really sorry about this. My fingers are going to be horrible at the end of this, just simply because I can't find my spreader. I do have spreaders, just no idea where I've put them. And I could spend the next hour looking for them, but it's not going to be a very exciting video, is it? So yeah, I'm just going to do this. Completely lost the plot there, and completely went off on a tangent. Spread it out, vile. I know, spreading it out with your finger, but hey. Needs must. Okay, so I'm going to pop this on here. I'm going to try and line it up so that it fits. Oh, I could do that. Oh, I've now done that. I should have inked this first. Right. Let's come back to that. Sorry, folks. My brain's not working. And I speak to my doctor about my numerous migraines that I get in a month these days, and she's not that interested, so you know, I'm hoping it's nothing serious or something that, you know, she never even like tested me for like my diet or whatever to see if there's anything I can do to stop it happening diet wise. Not really that interested, to be fair, in me. So she might know my sister. So, and my other sisters, you know, my other sisters are lovely. So, you know, they're not. I wouldn't say any of us were particularly close. Me and my mum are very close, but we've got nothing against each other, and we care. You know, we care about each other, and we're respectful of each other, and we get on when we're together. It's just my sister Diane does not like me, so like I say, don't know what it is, don't know how I can repair it, so I just have to put up with it, don't I? So just let her be horrible to me. So I guess that's probably what most of you are thinking, is like, you just have to put up with it. So and the rest of the family get on really well, so you know, like I say, not, you know, nobody's like overly gushy or anything like that. I think it's quite British to be not very gushy. So just ink this up. Okay, so sorry about that. I inked that, I glued that, and then didn't actually do anything with it. So to go through that again. So yeah, like I say, Brian's here today. He's going to eat together. He's currently downstairs cooking. We're going to have beef stew tonight. And we're both saying during the week how sad are we? Like, it's come to that point in our life where we get excited about eating stew. It's a sign of how old we are. That we like eating stew. Right. I mean, I know other people like eating stew, but like, it's definitely an age thing, I think. When you get excited about the thought of having some stew. So we're having beef stew with a very traditional British way of eating beef stew, which is to have it with suet dumplings and all the vegetable trimmings and things that you associate with it. So there we go. So that's that. It's going to go in there. Does that stick out at the top? No, it's fine. Cool. So that's that. And then we are going to have, let's have something that's going to fold in there. Let's have something under there, or should I have something under here? Yeah, I'll have something under here. I think I'm going to put background paper in it. I think I might use Tim Holtz, because you know why I'm going to use Tim Holtz? Because it's down here and it's just handy. So why not? All that. Maybe that one. Move that off to one side. Hopefully that won't push everything out. Stay there. Everything's going to fall on the floor now, folks, just to let you know. So let's get some measurements going on here. Ruler. So we've got approximately 6. That's 6 and let's go for 6.5. No, 6.25 inches by 8 3/4. We'll do that. 6.25 by 8 3/4. So it's going to be 6.25 this way. Let's do it that way. 6.25. 6.25 that way. Please just stay there. By 8 1/4 this way. 8 3/4, didn't I say? Yeah. And then I'm going to ink this. Hopefully that'll fit. Let's just check. Yep. I'm going to ink around these edges. So it's not too boring around the edge. Move that for a few minutes. So this is going to go in here. I'm going to stick that there, and I think I might have, right, I might edge the edge of that with some of this. long enough? Is it going to be long enough? That's the thing. Did you tear it off and not actually think about that, Dave? You might have done. Okay, so that's not really. I was just thinking I was making it look funky down the sides, but I don't need to because you're not going to see it. So, in fact, actually, I probably don't even need to tear this bit off, but I will. Just so it's not so bulky. Right, so that's going to go down there. And it's going to fold it in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold that in half now. And then we're going to get that in there. Tear that off at the top. It's going to go in like that, just like that. So it's just on the edge of that. Yeah, that'll do. Perfect. So don't need to spread this out so much because it's not holding anything other than just being a decorative edge. Not worrying about making it inky down the sides because it's going to get covered up. And the inside bit you're not going to be able to see anyway. So maybe it's because I'm a boy. Maybe because it's not because I'm not enough of a boy. I don't know. I'm just trying to analyse it, and because I'm feeling a bit frayed, it's not easy. So I'm not thinking clearly. Okay, so I think I'm going to have. I might have. Do I want any of that showing, or I'm just going to leave it inky? You know what, I think I might just leave it inky. Yeah, so I'm just going to stick it down. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to stick this down and make it. Do I want to do this? Yes, I do. Sorry, just thinking because I was going to stick something on here, but I was thinking maybe I should have used the panel that it sticks down with underneath this, but you know, it doesn't matter. Brain's not working, so I'm going to put that on there. Probably all shouting at the screen saying, that's wrong. I don't like you either. No, hopefully you're not saying that, so. And you know something, it's she has really affected how I see myself as well. So that it's kind of I feel like I never feel good enough around her. So and it kind of carries on through your life as well when people make you feel like that. So and it's weird because like when I was younger, she used to look after me all the time and. You know, babysit for me and all of that. So, right, so that's going to go in there like that. That's going to go over there like that. In that case, then I might put that other piece there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this kind of a waterfall-y thing, and then we'll make it out of some coloured paper. We'll use 1, 2, I don't know how many pieces, 3. Not that, because that's we've established that that's actually got stuff on it. So that. So let's start with what's the outside colour. So we're going to have this. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold it so that it is. Let's move these out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to fold this so that it's got like. Let's do that. So we've got like a. I don't know, an inch. Let's go for 3/4 of an inch there or thereabouts. It's not doesn't have to be perfect. So we do that. Yeah, and then we do. Sorry, let's do Yeah, no, that's right. Yep, I'll actually prefer that side, so yeah, let's do that. So let's do that. And then if we do this, we line it up with that, and we fold this over. No, not like that. Oh, like that. So we're getting the same sort of space. We fold that over. Is that right? I just kind of like not. I don't do these very often, so yeah, like that. And then we're going to have maybe the pink, the green one. So we do that, and then we do that, and then we'll do the pink one. Do that. Make the same space at the bottom. Similar sort of space, not exactly the same. Like that, and do that. Yeah, that's it. Cool. And that makes us like this kind of waterfall pad. And then we can put that. Now I was going to put it on this side, but I could. I guess I could do that still, couldn't I? Yeah, I'm going to do that and have this waterfall pad on this side. So, how big do I want it to be? I'm going to go with, let's get a piece of get a pencil. I'm going to go with, I don't know, to about there. And then I'm just going to cut that off with my, hopefully my trimmer will cut through all of this. Who knows? I do have some new blades I did buy myself. Again, some real Fiskars blades. Even though I think that the quality on them has gone down terribly. Hang on, let's just make sure I've got a nice neat edge. That's the neat edge I want, Dave. And that's the bit I'm cutting off. Make that nice and straight at the top. Right, be careful as you go up through these, they don't snag. Now I did spend some time using that blade to cut some metal to try and get it to do. Yeah, so that's going to go in there like that. I know it's strange colourways, but hey. And then we're going to pamphlet stitch this one, and we'll again use some. Oh, actually, we use this because it's already threaded. So this time we're going to find the middle. That's the middle, there we go. And then we're going to use pokey tool through the middle. And we're just going to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch this time through the end. Again, not using any kind of guide for this because it's just one signature I'm doing and through there. Okay, so then this time we're going to go out through the middle. And we're going to make sure that we've got a tail, and we're going to come in through the top or side, actually, doesn't matter, top or side, pull it, yeah, until the other bit comes through, and out through the other end, so it's bypassing the middle bit, and then back in through the middle, again not catching your string, and make sure that the thread is on the other side. To your tail, pull it through till it's taut, take that off, and then just tie that off, and then tie it. No, that was the way I did it. This time not going to put a knot in it, I'm just going to have it loose, juicy loosey. Fold that over. There we go. That's our little pamphlet stitch for there. Decided I was going to put it on here, didn't I? Yep, and I'm going to put that on with, again, use some kind of a hinge on this side. Actually, that might go nicely, mightn't it? Yeah. Yeah, so I'll just tear this down. strawberries that I'm kind of tearing round. That's the design that I want to keep, is the strawberry part of it. Ink all of those edges off. And you know, I know it's got some weird colourways on it, but you know, it's kind of pink and green, and it's got some pinky red and you know, some green, and it's utilitarian, it's always got green in it, so ink it. This makes a change that I'm not using any file folder, so yet. Not saying I'm not going to, but so I'm going to use that across there. Right, so tear that off. Tear that round there, just ink that. And again, we're going to put some glue on this, put our glue sheet down. Just picked all the last lot of glue off my fingers, now I'm back to square one. Spread it out. So I'm just going to hang it over the top of here. Make sure the strawberries are the right way up. Strawberries, they're raspberries, Dave. Make sure the raspberries are the right way up. Yes, they are. And then, oh no, let's do it that way. Something like that. Hopefully that will fold over now. Without too much resistance. Cool. Where do I have? I have a bone folder somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Fabulous. So that's that. That's what it's looking like at the minute. So it's going to sit round like that. Perfect. We'll put another panel here, I think. So maybe we have a bit of file folder this time. If I can find some. Well, definitely have some. Just wondering if we've got some that was already cut. That's what I was looking for. Here. Is that the right height? See what the width we need of this is and the height. So again, it's going to be 8 3/4 high. So it's the same height. And if we go, this time we're going to go for 5 and 7/8, I think, this time round. Move that out of the way. I'm going to go 5 7/8 wide. So what do we want? We'll use this piece off the back. First of all, I'm going to make it the right width. Do you know what? I'll use that bit. What did I say? 5 7/8. So that's there. Well, it's not, but it's not a straight edge, Dave. So you just have to be careful. So that's the straighter of edges. And then we're just going to straighten these edges off. How high did I say I needed this? 8 3/4, didn't I? Let's go 8 3/4. Oh, that's as close as you could possibly get, Dave. Put that in there. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Yeah, so I'm going to ink round this before I put it on. Catch all that floofy bit at the bottom. Oh, blimey. I just had this weird crack in my head. It felt like it just went, and it's like the pain has just stepped up a notch. So kind of fully ink it, I'll just go over it a little bit. Let's get it a bit more of a motley feel to it. Yeah, I'm going to put that in there. That's cool. Good. And this will also just make the whole thing a bit more rigid, because it is only made of an envelope after all. Put that there. Yep. I might put, do I want another hinge bit there? Don't know. Right, what I might do is I might use some of this. There's some like greeny coloured stuff, isn't there? Yeah. Cut this down a bit and have like a pocket in there. Yep. Just going to cut it down a bit. I'm not actually going to worry about. Let's go for the, what bit do we want? Let's go for this bit. About that sort of height. Might as well get all of that in. And then we'll go, let's lose that top edge because it's just a bit of white bit showing there. Let's go for 5 wide. This on the inside of here. Oh, I like this bit with the writing sticking out the top. Yeah, cool. And I'm going to ink the edge of that. I think I'm going to put a divot in it. It says I have to divot in it. Yeah, that'll do. Is that about the middle? It's fine. It'll do for me. Put that, colour that divot. That can go in there. Yep, that's good. Well, that was nice on the other side as well, but never mind, I'm not going to get... I really miss the fine tip of this, but like I say, it's currently soaking. It has been soaking for a while, although every time I've soaked it, I've knocked the thing, not noticed because it's in such a tiny little thing soaking. I've knocked it over a few times now and it's just dried out on the desk and I've not noticed. So so that's going to go in there. So I decided to split the clip here. The next part will be the conclusion, and until then, I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to. I'll see you in part 2. Take care. Bye.